Right. We are live. Let's go.
Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Know it's been a minute, but we here. We
We
here.
back.
We here with y'all. So come on in, get settled. We're gonna kick our feet off. We're gonna kick
Mhm.
back. We're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna laugh a little bit. We're gonna be serious a little bit. And we're gonna make it do what it do. And we want
We
y'all
are.
input so y'all can kick your shoes off as well. Sit back as we go on this journey for the next hour. Another episode of When Life Talks. Uh, we're gonna talk about. It's been 2 weeks now. How you feeling after the election? Are you feeling optimistic, or you just have that, it is what it is mentality, mindset, mind frame, whichever way you want to go with it. So come on in, man. It's your boy Joe Mack. Got my sidekick with me. We just gonna kick it. We're gonna talk, have that candid conversation like we always do. Because I'm pretty
See,
sure it's a lot of raw emotions still out there. We've talked. I ain't gonna say I. We've talked with several folks firsthand that feeling some type of way. Um, we have our respective thoughts, and at the end of the day, a decision was made. So you live with it. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna ride it for these next 3.5 years for what it's worth and see where we go.
it,
Yeah. So as y'all come in, man, like I say, man, we want this to be interactive, man. Y'all jump in, y'all hop on the chat. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share, like, subscribe. Thawed magazine. As always, man, we always promoting. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna talk about what folks like to talk about. We're gonna have those difficult conversations, those conversations that need to be had, and those conversations that we hope when you walk away with something. There's a few gems to say, I ain't never thought about something like that, or oh, that makes sense. So you can just tell us, no, that didn't make sense, and here's my thoughts. Judgment free zone.
it.
This is not a political campaign, so this episode is not a political speech. You know what I'm saying? It's just an opinionated conversation. It's an open forum conversation. As we get on here and share thoughts, perspectives, how do we handle these next 4 years? Uh, and I'm always big on it starts at your local levels, your local, then your state, then it goes to federal level. So, you know what I'm saying? If you did your part, no matter what side of affiliation you is, either the left side, the red side, the blue side or the right side, either way, and far in between, you know what I'm saying? It's your opinion, it's your preference. And we're not here to discredit it. We just here to talk about the cold hard facts on what we saw and what we think we know. And we're gonna dive in.
Right.
So it's about 7:06. So y'all, like I say, man, kick your shoes off. Come on in, get relaxed. You ain't seen our smiling face in a couple weeks. Y'all been asking where we at, where we at. We here. We here.
Okay.
Life
Live and living
happens.
colors.
Things happen. Things come up. We get busy. But we promise we're gonna talk to y'all to the end of the year. The holiday season is here.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving is next Thursday. Man, the biggest thing, love, live, and love your families.
So
And
when
we'll
we
talk.
do show Wednesday,
We might do a little something Wednesday.
that long.
Yeah,
I know I'll
not
be getting ready to travel, hit the
yeah, I know.
road.
As long as you ain't traveling somewhere, you be in the dark age spaces. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know us. We're gonna dive right in. So, like I said in the opening, just a little brief synopsis of it. 2 weeks after the election. How you feeling? You optimistic? Or you just taking the is what it is approach? And I would say I've heard from several folks who was disappointed in the outcome, which is can't say to be expected, but I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. Let's just what I'm saying, just let's say what it is and what need to be said and how it need to be said. Um, but what you had was, and I look at it as a moment to say, everybody who exercised their right, they voted who they thought was the better candidate. No ill will. You're talking to two veterans. We've served this great nation. We've served under Republican presidents. We served up under Democratic presidents. So have no dog in the fight. Because we did our constitutional right. We exercised our right to vote. Now, there are some that sat home and set this election out. I've always said if you don't vote, that's worse than, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't have a dog in the fight. You don't have nothing to say. It's like the old saying, closed mouths don't get fed. Because I think when you exercise your right to vote, what you're doing, like I say, your local elections, your local officials, your state officials, then you get to the federal officials. Now, folks in DC, you'll never see, you probably will on a rare occasion, you may see them. Let me put it like that. But your state and your local officials, absolutely, you're going to see them. That's your county officials. That's your state officials. They're governing you, your property taxes, your children's education. If you got children in school, things that happen in your communities, they govern, they have a say in that. So that's why I say it's important to vote. You may not ever see them folks in DC, but your local and state, you're going to see. So my take on the election is just my perspective. I think it was a clear indication. This is my perspective, that America still is not ready to listen to a woman. I got several female leaders that have led me in my military life and in my professional realm. Don't have no problem taking authority and instruction from a female. I think females make some great leaders. But you had a lot of rhetoric that led up to this campaign that I really believe that hurt Madam Vice President during this election season. Now, let's give a little content. She had 107 days to prepare a race compared to the other party that really, you might well say, was out of office 4 years, was in office 4 years, lost the office for 4 years. So we're just going to do the math. Y'all know I love raw numbers. That's 8 years to plan this comeback trail, which would be 9 years, 2025. So when you look at the scales and you want to tilt the scales, you got 9 years of planning and preparing compared to 107 days, which I think she ran a hell of a race for 107 days.
She did what she could. She
did what you could, limited
yeah,
resources.
jumped and went to state to state to state, beating the streets, as you call it.
Went running. Hey, probably didn't, and we see the makeup, the hour and 30 minute, you know what I'm saying? We get those on the campaign trail when they making the stops, but behind the scenes, she probably really didn't rest in these 107 days. It probably was limited sleep because she had to go. So I say all that to say, we still got work to do, my opinion, as a nation. Logically, one candidate was really above the other candidate. We're just gonna keep it transparent. If you're voting, if you're voting on logic, who would you rather see? Once again, the scales. It's a delicate balance of life. Some people always, you always hear the saying, the lesser of two evils. You have to juggle the scales. Now, once again, like I say, I'm not a political scientist, not into politics, but I do know how to read, and I know how to read clearly, and I do know how to understand stuff. The exit polls was telling. That's when you find out your state, how they voted, all that good stuff. The demographics was very telling. I reside in the state of North Carolina. Most of you all know that. The ticket was blue for majority of the quote unquote seats of power within the state of North Carolina. The only seat that was red was for the president. So that tells you a story in itself. Tells you a story. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I would say that this storm will pass. We seen what the first term was like. I think we got to prepare yourselves to understand the logic, what's going to go on in this second term. You muted if you said something. You silent.
You can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. Now you up there. Now you go. Yeah, you might have whispered. It came out. I think you said it right. So now
Yeah.
I would just tell everybody, gather yourself, because my pastor talked about it 2 weeks ago during the sermon. Gather yourself and understand who is still in charge. Whatever you believe in, the higher power you believe in, hey, that's what you need to believe in. Concentrate yourself and your family on how you can sustain and become better over the next 4 years. If you feel a certain type of way, just try to find that balance to sustain. And I think that's where a lot of people really need to go at. You can't go back and change the election. The other party was elected. He is the president-elect right now, January 20th. It's a new sheriff in town, as they would say. I think it was a lot of folks, looking at the exit polls once again, that they really thought it was a game. So some people I think they really thought it was a game. When a person tell you what they're going to do or attempt to do, the old folks say you might want to listen to them because they're showing you their hand. So his hand was shown, but a lot of y'all said, you know what, man, I'm gonna roll the dice. Some of y'all dice player, he might crap out. But there is a call, and there is a moment where we got to try to find a way to heal as a nation. Because, like I say, just being transparent and being 100% honest, the nation is still divided.
Yeah, but it started on the local level.
Mm-hmm. No matter what they give you, no matter what they tell you, America has taken some steps. Yeah, tremendous steps have been taken over the years from when our parents and grandparents came through, but there is still leaps and bounds we have to make. Because what we saw we saw the rhetoric, we saw the nastiness, we saw the question of ethnic background. So we saw all that. So you saw it, you see it, and you continue to see it.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Brazy, how you doing, boo?
Hello. Long time no see. So I just think, it's a moment of truth. It's a moment of understanding. And it's like I say, it's a moment of reconciliation. Because we got to find a way to, we got to govern ourselves. Of course, she over there yawning. She's about to sleep. I hope I ain't putting you to sleep.
No. It's this time change. And it's getting dark early has really got to me. I'll be on the struggle bus.
Hey, y'all. See, she hard headed. I be telling her, take that little 40-year-old nap. She don't want to listen to me. I get mine in when I can.
Man, it's the traffic. Like, I get off work at 4:30. And literally today, I got in my driveway at 6:11. So I am fighting traffic, going and coming.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep. You'll be asleep at the wheel. But yeah, exactly. Hey, Miss Brazy, glad to see you. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about 2 weeks. Oh Lord, she said she in bed already.
Okay, you feel me? Feel me? Yeah. And we'll be knocked out.
Oh yeah, I can't do it. But yeah, we just want y'all, like I say, man, we just tapping in. We just recapping the past 2 weeks, since the election, man. It's really like I say, it's not a show that, to sit here and beat anybody across the head. It's just an understanding of where we're at, where we have to continue to get to, and where we're going. Because if you know where you're going, nothing else matters. If you know what you really believe in, it's not going to phase you. 3.5 years is going to go by like that. Again, we'll be back at the polls. So At least I called the show. Oh yeah, proud of you. We're gonna put you on the Christmas list.
Okay.
But yeah, you just have to understand that elections happen every 4 years, and if the roles were reversed, some years the Democratic got control, the Republican Party is mad, vice versa. So I think the nation to get through it, it's just really trying to understand the rhetoric and the tone that's going to be coming from Washington. I think that's the biggest focus. Now, some of the picks that he made for his cabinet are very controversial. I tell people, do your research on people, do the background checks, to see who and what may be holding certain levels of offices. Same on your local level. The guy that's supposed to be the Secretary of State got a background ain't clean. He nominated Dr. Oz for a cabinet position. Talk show host. Linda McMahon, that McMahon, the wife of Vince McMahon, WWE, for Secretary of Education. So you have to, you got to understand, or excuse me, you don't have to understand. You have to try to process and try to understand the cabinet picks, the picks. You got Elon Musk. You got Rams Vinswamy. So he's governing himself with people that he feel loyal to and he think loyal to him. So we just got to govern ourselves and figure out, you know what I'm saying, which way the country is going to go or the next 4 years. You got some people out there. I got stock market booming. Stock market was booming for the election. Let's just be honest now. Like I said, we got to be transparent. Yeah. It was already doing numbers. It's doing numbers now. So you just have to govern yourselves, man. And another part, man, a lot of folks stopped talking to each other. Friends fell out. Families stopped talking over an election. Man, like I say, these
tell nobody who you vote for.
these people don't know you from a can of paint, but you don't fell out. And like I say, I don't get me wrong, I'm keep it real with you. I had some heated discussion with a lot of folks. I'm gonna sit there and tell you, I'm gonna hold my own because, like I said, it's what I feel inside my heart. Can't nobody tell me what's inside my heart. I can't tell you what you feel in your heart. All I was saying is during this election season is choose who you feel can put this country in the right direction.
Exactly.
No matter your political beliefs. That's with anything you do in life. If you having to select something, you have to make sure whatever you choose and however you choose is going to benefit you, and hopefully it's benefiting you in a way that is sustained, not just for the moment, but with a little time.
It's going to benefit the community or the state as a whole.
Because my thing was the children, the future. We all getting old, but we got to think about the legacies that's coming behind us and how do we put folks and understand that, hey, these up and coming, it means something to them. You know what I'm saying? All the divisiveness, like I said, all the name calling, unnecessary.
Right.
Unnecessary, because you won't want someone to do your mother like that. I mean, at the end of the day, she's somebody's mom. She's a stepmom. She's a wife. She's a very educated Black woman. We're not going to sit here and play like she's not, because she done held some positions that you have to have some education, some very high level education to hold those positions. And, you know, like I say, ran a hell of a campaign.
Yeah. Some people just think that, women are too emotional. She would have been too emotional to run the country. Maybe she would have, made decisions off of emotions instead of what's analytically correct. But like I say,
you seen 4 years of the game show host emotion,
right?
So you want to see that same picture again. You know what I'm saying? And He's only doing what he's allowed to do. Let's draw the line in the sand. Some people gravitate to that because they feel I can get behind this because, hey, he gonna say what I really want to say, but I don't know how to say it.
Right.
And it becomes that emotional attachment. Now, certain people in this world is only gonna let you talk to them a certain kind of way. Like I say, you may not ever see them folks in DC, but those people that you deal with every day, and you have to be careful because, like you say, you don't want to be overzealous.
Right.
Because we seen, January 6th, that wasn't no actors, that was real life. So I think those are things that, people are wondering, will that same rhetoric, will that same tone come back?
Yeah.
To be determined.
Right, to be determined. But it can, It ain't like it's a same person, different, way of doing things. He coming with that same rhetoric. He coming with that same way of doing things. So what we seen, 8 years ago, it's what we gonna see these next 4 years.
And personally, I think it's gonna be worse.
Yeah, now, and we're not gonna, common folks like us won't benefit from it.
Yeah, and I tell people, don't be so caught up in. We said a lot of time on this show, the microwavable, the instant gratification. Lower prices on eggs and lower prices on gas means diddly squat, in my opinion, because you're going to sacrifice that for something that's going to be long-term effects. Removing, it's a big thing, removing DEI. You know what I'm saying? Removing history. Destroying the educational aspects. So all this stuff plays a part in our everyday lives. No matter if you're right, wrong, indifferent, if you agree or disagree.
Roe versus Wade and taking away immunizations. It's a lot that's gonna occur in these next 4 years. And like you say, you and your family have to prepare for it because it can get scary. It can get scary. Go ahead. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh Lord, you can't read. All right. If it does, they have to remember that MFers ain't scared, but I don't think things about to get as bad as we think. He ain't really running ish, but anyway. You know what? You're right. But I'm gonna add on to that though. It's his followers that really try to push the agenda. Like I say, I don't get upset when I see a MAGA hat. I laugh, to be honest. Y'all know me. Most of y'all know me. I'm silly anyway, so I laugh. I mean, so I be wanting to say something. I be wanting to say something slick, but then I say, you know what? I ain't never had nobody confront me about what I may wear.
Yeah.
So if you wear a MAGA hat, hey, that's you. I know where to put you. I got you. Hey, we good. Just don't let MAGA get your ass whooped. That's me. That, like I say, that's me. But I think, like I say, those that follow him and his followers, as I'm quote my boy Ply, MAGA Nation, those are the ones we got to be worried about because they feel they're going to be untouchable.
Yeah.
They feel, I feel they're going to think they can say anything to you. They think they're going to be able to just do anything to you. And like you said, you was absolutely right. Hey man, people ain't built like that no more. This ain't the 60s. This ain't the
right. So how do you feel about after the elections when all those messenger messages went out to different people telling them they was picking them up to go be slaves again?
Man, my son sent it to me. 22-year-old, 23, or going to be 23 son sent it to me like, Dad, what is this? You're right. Until they get touched. You're right. I was like, look, son, welcome to today's climate. Welcome to the rhetoric you're going to have to deal with. Because believe me, for that message to go out, and there were several others that went out to different ethnicities, excuse me. So you got to sit there and say, you know what? Who behind this? Who out there playing? And you really hope somebody's playing, which you know somebody's playing. But it's the tone and the ease of which they sent it out, because it was almost like it was programmed. Now I'm gonna go back to the day before the election. Let's back up. I think y'all know my political affiliation. I ain't even got to tell you my political affiliation. But I was getting texts from the other side. I ain't never registered with them folks or talked to them folks. But they were texting me like, yo, you need. So I think it's a big melting pot. So your numbers are out there. They know your demographics. So somebody was he got so somebody was behind the demographic pushing that button to push that mass message out. Like I say, when you vote, that's public record. I told them just I ain't getting on no boat. Hey, I was playing with him too, man. If I show y'all my phone, I'm gonna tell y'all will be like, this boy crazy. That man crazy. Man, I was playing with him so hard. I mean, that's what I do. I love to play, but I was playing with him hard. But yeah,
I ain't get one of them messages, but I seen a couple of people that I knew personally did, and I was like, man, what? Like, is this what it's coming to? Like it's a dangerous game. People are here playing behind these keyboards.
It's propaganda.
Yeah.
Dangerous game. Like you say, dangerous game. And you always quote your favorite line, don't be out here playing these reindeer games. But man, people gonna be people. No matter which side you're on. But it's just an understanding of how, like I say, we got to come together and say, you know what? I can work with you. You can work with me. We could be in the same shared space. Just make sure you understand the tone and the rhetoric that you're using. All right, what Miss Brazy got? I never voted before, and I got all of them from every side Texas. I was so irritated, so much that I'm blocking. Yeah, hey, like I say, if your phone number is registered, they're gonna get it. They have it. I tell people all the time, oh, how they get my number? I say, look, if the president can call you at any moment, your number is not secret. Ain't nothing saying big after 9/11. If you didn't believe, nothing is secret. Nothing is secret. If you got a phone number, it's listed somewhere up under you. Even the little bootleg phones that folks like to get, they're still registered to your name, some way, shape, form, or fashion. But yeah, man, all I want is, like I say, no matter your affiliation, I just want everybody to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to coexist and not turn the oven down. Turn the oven down a little bit. And just learn to coexist, man. We all get along. And if you feel that you need to be independent and stay in your little bubble, I think a lot of people feel that way. Just let me just get through it. Because 4 years from now, like I say, we'll be doing it again. We'll be doing it again. Same thing. So yeah, y'all tap in, man. Y'all interacting. Y'all know y'all out there watching, probably laughing. I was gonna get me a MAGA hat one time, but I said, let me know. I wasn't even gonna play like that. But yeah, man, we just want y'all to be safe. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this, man. Be safe. Find some optimism in it, because if you let it get you, it will get you. I know some folks that's just really like, man, they just down and out. I say, man, this is your grandma used to say, there's two champagnes. I don't know what you doing.
Oh no, I had to switch.
You got an echo going.
I keep talking. I gotta go get Tinker.
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna have an echo. But yeah, so man, yeah, y'all tap in, man. Like I say, In your area, what areas of states and city, locals, government, what did y'all see? How you feeling? I guess that's the question. I want to know how y'all feeling. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling out there? What you want to see the next 4 years? If you ain't afraid to share, y'all come on and talk with us. Y'all know I talk all night. I talk a whole hour because boy, we were scheduled to do a show right after the day after the election. Man, it was a whole lot of folks that was warm. You know, like we had to say, talk about the ledge a little bit. No need to be warm. Things happen. It won't be the first time. Won't be the last time you're disappointed.
Right, exactly.
Disappointments make you stronger. It's just how you overcome them. So, hey man, keep pushing. Keep your head up. It is what it is. That's a lot of mentality the folk have.
Exactly.
And that's
and you see how
go,
you see the cruise line talking about their or 4 year cruise. The rhetoric of this
you talking about the cruise line to say you can come on the boat for 4 years? Oh, we done lost it, y'all. We done lost her. Maybe she'll pop back. Yeah, you were saying about you was blurred out for a minute. You was talking about the cruise line that say you can come on the boat for 4 years.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. They say if y'all can't take it, we
that is right, but at what cost though? At what cost? Yeah, you gonna get to see the world and the country, but at what what cost? If you survived it 8 years ago, what's stopping you from surviving in another 4? And just you may have to switch up or do things a little bit different. You know what I'm saying, to protect your assets and children and whatever else.
And I think that's the biggest thing. What you just said right there. You just said a mouthful. What did you learn from 4 years ago? Excuse me, 8 years ago, that you can bring into this term, so you better, you know what I'm saying, you protecting your assets. Because like I say, it's going to be a lot of changes. One thing for certain, two things for sure. The agenda is already laid out. Certain folks know the agenda. We just don't know it. The everyday citizen don't really know the agenda yet, but I think you have a glimpse of what the agenda is going to be. You just got to continue to, you know what I'm saying, as she said it, protect your assets, make sure you good. Just keep pushing. I think your money will grow a little bit. You got some folks that love that. Hey, they'll take the turned up rhetoric just to see their money go, see their financial gains. I think you're gonna see a lot of, trying to see how I want to say this. You're gonna see a lot of bickering in DC, as a lot of policies and procedures that don't make no sense probably get pushed down. So it's going to be a lot of fighting with your state and your local courts. It's going to be a lot of vetoes. And I think it's just an opportunity for people to really re-educate themselves on the 3 branches of the government, so you really understand them, understand how they work. Yeah. So I just think the next 4 years is going to be it's going to be a vital part of American history. Can't run from that. But I think it's going to be a learning lesson for a lot of individuals who may have not fully understood or still understand the complexity of the agenda of the president-elect.
Do you think he may come and surprise us? Do you think some things that, even though some people don't agree with a lot of things, do you think there will be maybe a handful of things that will be beneficial to, not only the Black community, but the Latino and Hispanic community or whomever else?
It's
Or do you
funny you
feel
asked
like,
that.
saying everything he gonna bring? Go ahead.
No, great question. I had a couple friends, that associates that asked me that question, and I told them, to me, he's a wild card. It's like playing spades. You got the big joker and the little joker, so that's the two most dominant cards while you playing. So I do think there will be some surprises because outside of all the rhetoric, outside of all the negative, if you truly say you want to quote unquote make America great again, if you truly want to make America the strongest nation there is, you can't just go all the way radical with it. Now, there's some things that might not make sense to a lot of folks, but may make sense to, okay. So I think to answer your question directly, I would say yes, there will be some surprises. I also think that you're gonna see the wow factor that's gonna make you say, "Oh shit, did that really just happen?" Because, like I say, you're dealing with a wild card. I think when it comes to
Then too. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I think the members of his cabinet in those key positions will be a telling sign of how we really go these next 3.5 years. If I had to put a button on it and put a stamp on it and say, hey, because it's all fun and games until it's really time to get serious. And you and I know it as veterans and serving overseas, that those overseas conflicts, and then you get the price of America getting involved in conflicts. War fuels the economy. To the folks out there that don't realize that, don't understand that, conflicts fuel the economy. Troops going into combat fuels the economy. Like I say, this is not something that we think we know. This is something that we've lived through, and we've served this nation, so we know what happens and how manufacturing jobs and things and stuff happens, and all this good stuff in between now. So if you really don't know, just take a deep dive into how it works. So to Crystal's point, yes, I think we're gonna have some wow factors that we was like, oh, didn't expect that, and I think we're gonna have some factors that gonna be on the other side of the spectrum. You can like, oh, like I say, oh shit, did that really just happen? So I think like I say, to me, I'm gonna just use the scales.
Right, too. And then I think a lot of people jumped on his bandwagon too when he did the prison reform, where he let a lot of people, come home. Like what's his name? Big Meech. I think he came home off of his reform or whatever. And a
And I
lot of
tell
other
people,
people. So it's like, yeah.
the First Step Act. I tell folks, go do your research on that. It wasn't him, but a lot of folks thought it was him. I say, go do your research on when that bill first was introduced, and you will be surprised. I'm not going to say on this show, maybe another show, maybe the next show. I want y'all, that's a homework assignment. Go Google will tell you everything, but do your research on the First Step Act. Same thing with the stimulus checks. I gave y'all stimulus. No, you didn't. Congress, because in the beginning, think back now. That's why I say you gotta go do your history lesson. He didn't want to give the American people nothing. Do your homework. Do your homework. I say when you do it, it'll surprise you. But once again, Crystal is right. A lot of people jumped on that. I mean, it's I guess a great analogy is it's like dating that person that give you empty promises and false hope. If I had to put an analogy, so you're probably going to see a lot of that.
Because I was watching. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You good? I was just going to say, even with the mass deportation, January 20th, it's on record that they're starting day one. So I know a lot of families probably on the edge right now, but you got to really see, because one thing about it, they don't just say stuff just to say it. We've learned that. But I just think we have to just continue to take care of each other, help each other, and invest in each other. And I think we'll be on the right path over these next 4 years. Oh, well, she done got quiet on me. Oh, she's still there. All right, I'm going to keep talking. Y'all out there, come on, talk to me. We got about 16 minutes left in this show. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talked to y'all in a while. We just want to jump on and see how y'all was feeling. Yep, she done dropped off, so it's just me. I'm going to keep going. But yeah, man, it's just all about, man, like I say, man, y'all taking care of yourselves, taking care of your families. You know, I mean, it may sound repetitive. It may sound redundancy, but life gonna go on. In this election, outside of this election, after this election, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to live your everyday life. You're gonna have to make calculated decisions. You're gonna have to make smart decisions. You're gonna have to make educated decisions on what's gonna benefit you and benefit your family. Those that's getting insurance on the Affordable Care Act, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a strong opposition to try to finally repeal it. I would hope that they would not, because many Americans benefit from it. But you have some who oppose it. Some say it's good on one end and it could be strong on another end. So I just hope the common sense outweigh the negative rhetoric and the negative tone that we've been experiencing, we've been hearing this election season, even before the election season. So it's going to be it's a challenging time. It's going to be a challenge to a lot of people. That's why the title say, "Are you optimistic or are you just going with it is what it is?" I think either one you choose is not going to put you in a bad position. It's just which way you choose to go with it, and continue to fight. Don't give up. Don't get down. Just continue to fight and say, you know what? How do I get better? How do I make the situation that I've been dealt, or whatever cards you may be dealt under this administration, how do I make myself, my family, better prepared for these next 3.5 years? Will there be changes? Absolutely, there will be changes. You can almost guarantee there's going to be changes. As Crystal said, do I feel there's going to be some surprises? Yeah. And like I said, it's going to be that wow factor. They're like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. Did that really just happen? You can be like, all you can be able to do is sit back and say, yes, it did. I think you'll see a lot more movement in the grassroots, in the communities, to try to build enough energy to start getting up towards 2028, because the time is now. Because if you hold steadfast, and like I say, look at your state and local election poll results. Like I say, this stuff is public knowledge, and you will see certain things. You'll see a lot of telling things, and you'll really see the American people felt. A lot of folks felt the economy was struggling. I think the current administration did a wonderful job with the job market. You had some folks saying the housing market, it wasn't sustainable. So, you finna have time to really see. You finna have time to really see. I always tell people, man, small wins are good. Small wins satisfy the moment, but go for the bigger win, the longer win, the long-term goals. When you set those long-term goals, go with it and see what's really going to benefit you and your family down the road. Don't just jump on the immediate gratification and say, you know what, hey man, yeah, we're gonna make this happen right now. Right now might hurt you for later. Yep. So I say all that to say we're finna probably go on a hell of a ride this next 3.5 years. I truly don't believe the ride will be all bad. I could be wrong. My perspective, I have a little bit of optimism because that's how I'm just gonna live my life. I'm not gonna duck my tail and say I don't want to go out here. Man, face the music. Understand that the hope and prayer is for the rhetoric to get turned out. Like I say, that's the biggest thing. We got to be able to coexist in these spaces. You may know how a person feels. You may know a person's political affiliation, but you just got to understand that we all got feelings.
Okay, y'all. I'm back. A mother's job is never done. I promise you. But we got a long list of comments.
Oh yeah, look. Well, we're gonna start with them. Maisie say, "Be safe and think for yourself and others who they can think." Absolutely. Ms. Brady say, "Hey, all right, what we got? I feel like it's gonna be the same old back and forth as always, and depending on how your living situation won't make or break you. No way, for real. If you're on top of your business, absolutely." I think the biggest thing in that comment you say, you're right. It is going to be a lot of back and forth. I think what you're going to see is, and I can almost, like I say, I will almost put a rubber stamp on this one as well. Those who are on federal assistance, I think a lot of that assistance is going to get turned back. Once again, my personal feelings, my personal thoughts may surprise us, but I really think that's where they're going to start. They're going to start repealing a lot of that government's assistance back. Mac for president, I swear. No, look. hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all now. Get some rest, Miss Brazen. No, I ain't going to, because once they vet me, boy, I got some people in my family. They be like, hey, oh, we all do. No, I won't be on that stage. Be strong on educating people is about what makes them sick to begin with. That's what I say instead of pushing medication, but money is always talk. Yeah, I guess you was referring to when I was talking about the Affordable Care Act. Absolutely, absolutely. So I think those, like I say, I think those programs would probably be in danger. Like I say, it has helped a lot of people. Like I said, a lot of Americans have benefited from it. Like I say, you have some that say it need to be changed. It's good, but it's still flawed. You got some say leave it alone, build upon it to make it better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of going there trying to abolish it and start over, because what we want to see is people thrive. We got people out there that's on medicines and have ailments that their medication is on their high end, so you really don't want to cripple them. And I think you do that. If you go that route, you'll cause a trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a lot. Like I said, a lot. I know a lot of folks that's in the political arena. I'm not political myself. I try to speak for what I know, and the educated conversations I've had. That's why I think we're going to see the biggest between the Affordable Care Act and those federal assistance packages that's given. You're going to start seeing a lot of schools with the privatized with the vouchers. So these are things you can expect It's because it's been said. Like I say, you're gonna start seeing a lot of stuff taken away from the public schools. Uh, like I say, part two of the message, it is what it is. So some folks gonna take the it is what it is approach. But I would tell anybody, do what's best for you and your family. Like I say, if you walk away from this show with the gym, we can't go back and change the election. About another 55 days, I believe, the Biden-Harris administration is still in charge of this great nation. I strongly believe we are a great nation. It's just how we come together. And as Bro Mason just said, it's always been back and forth. It's always been bickering. I just think you just got to understand that we pray and we hope that the rhetoric is not so intense that it creates a racial war, that it creates a racial divide, that it creates a back and forth of humiliation and just underlying tones and disparaging comments and all that stuff in between. I just hope, everybody can get along. Like I said, these next 3.5 years, and one thing for certain, you can't run again. So however you feel about it, you can't run no more. But these next 3.5 years, a lot of damage can be done. It is what it is, like I say. But yeah, man, it's just stay focused. Educate yourselves. Educate yourselves, like I say, on the 3 branches of government. You have to really educate yourselves and for the understanding. A lot of people don't like to get into political. They'll just, cast their votes and they'll be quiet. But if you're one of those people, I just say educate. I say one thing, I just say education. Yes, she run from it. She'll tell me, oh, man, I don't know about this right here. And I tell her, like I say, I'm gonna tell y'all, I tell her in private conversations we have. It's not about running from it. It's about just taking your time, really, really, what I'm saying, taking a deep dive into it. It's not as complex as a lot of people make it out to be. And one thing, like I say, is pretty much exercising your right, because people fought, our ancestors fought for our rights to vote. That's that's a checkbox of why I'm always voting. Understanding how policies and procedures are written up, how they're governed. Understand your local and your state officials, because they're going to govern the state that you live in. Like I said, you may not ever see those folks in DC. You may not ever see them. But your state officials will represent you in DC. So you have to understand that they're going to have a local office, then they're going to have an office in DC. So when you be getting those phone numbers, hey, you want to call your local representative, call us here, and this is their DC line. That is facts. Don't ever shy from it, because like I say, most of us, when we was in school in history or American history, we paid attention, but we didn't pay attention. I was kind of glued to it because I mean, there were certain subjects that I liked. I love math because I love numbers, and American history because like I say, I've been fortunate to really have a grasp on the past and where do we come from, because I want to know where we came from and how we got. Still not a subject matter expert at the tender age I am now, but I'm still learning every day. Man, I just feel God gave me a voice to, educate people. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I don't know it all. I will pick up something and read it, and I'll study it before I even say, hey, well, this bad. So, and even with this climate, like I say, if you watch it enough and it's just not getting tuned on one side, watch both sides, watch the language, watch the rhetoric going back and forth, watch the agenda that's being thrown in front of you. The agenda is very telling. The agenda tell you a lot. Now, like I say, I didn't even touch on this, but we got a few minutes left in the show. We're going to find out if Project 2025 was real. You had some folks saying it wasn't real. Oh no, you really finna find out. From what I've heard from trusted sources and people that I trust dearly, it's elements that's really real in Project 2025.
We don't see.
So it is what it is. Like I say, I'm optimistic, but it is what it is. I think us that get up and go to work every day, and this is no slight to anybody, I think we'll be just fine. I really feel those that need public assistance, those that need that medical assistance, those that need those vouchers and those subsidies that help them get through their everyday life. I think they're going to be the ones that really suffer the most until it's a balance. I don't believe, and I could be wrong. I don't believe they're going to pull the plug on a lot of stuff day one. I could be wrong. Could be very wrong. There's a lot of stuff that's being tossed around. And when you start seeing it on CNN and you start seeing it on Fox News, whichever one you look at, and you start seeing it making headlines, the old saying is, where there's smoke, there's a fire. So.
But y'all could have been doing anything else. But y'all chose to rock it out with us tonight. When Life Talk Podcast. We back. I know we be slipping in and out this season, but we back.
We're going to keep this train going. We're going to keep it going. And like I say, man, y'all hit us up. Man, we can talk about anything. Like I say, we're going to talk. We're not shying away from nothing. We're going to talk about anything. Like I say, you're going to see some stuff. You see some stuff during the week that makes you say, man, I want to talk about that.
Exactly.
But the biggest thing,
we're going to talk about it.
We just wanted to reach y'all, talk to y'all, see how y'all was feeling, man. Like I say, it was a lot of people that wanted to get a lot of stuff off their chest because they just felt, you know what I'm saying, they were disappointed. Rightly so. There was a moment of disappointment. There was a moment where you seen the folks that went to Madam Vice President Harris's alma mater, Howard University, that was out there celebrating. You saw what you saw that night on election night. You saw an election. I'm gonna describe how I think either Bakari Sellers or either Don Lemon said it turned into a funeral. That was the vibe, just that quick, and within a 5-hour span.
It
went from a celebration to like he was at a funeral. Because there was hope. There was that word we got in the title, optimism, that we was going to see our first, not only Black female, but our first female president. So there was a lot of optimism. I still say, and I will stand on it.
I still salute and commend her for even running.
Took the words out of my mouth. Well, y'all, what she did in 107 days, immaculate. I was talking to one of my good partners. I said if she would have had 6 months, she might have brought this thing across that finish line. She might have got that baton. She might have got that baton to win this race. So she was on a limited time basis. Well, resources, yeah, we heard about the money getting pumped in, but it was still a lot of resources that she wasn't able to do. She wasn't able to go into rural America. So, you know, all that plays into it. Like I say, you have to really know the landscape and how they do things and how they move around. So I don't think this is the last we will hear of Madam Vice President Harris. I think she will be a prominent figure for the next 10 to 15 years in the Democratic Party. What role? I don't know. I don't know if she crank her campaign up again for 2028. Don't know.
Right.
But I don't think she's going away. And she kind of left that message that she's not going away. Ms. Connor say, agree. I was disappointed, but yes, she had only 3 months, but we still stand there. Absolutely. That's all. Hey, that's what you got. Like I say in life, you get knocked down, but it's all about how you get yourself up. You get up off that carpet and you keep fighting. I mean, everyday trials and tribulations gonna come in your way. So it's all about how you keep pressing on and putting your best foot forward. Like I say, we look at it, and I look at it. To me, we're the greatest nation on earth. I hate to see the tone and the verbiage and the mockery and quite frankly, the foolishness uh, of mocking people and discrediting people when you're supposed to be holding the highest office in the land. That's the most disheartening part, because looking at it as a commander in chief, and this is okay. That's the part that gets under my skin, because it's not okay. But yeah, y'all been with us for a whole hour. You know, we ran over a little bit because we clicked the button a little late. Mm-hmm. Man, glad to have y'all, glad to see y'all, glad to interact with y'all, glad to talk to y'all. Man, next week, Thanksgiving Thursday.
Yes, Turkey Day.
Hey, somebody asked me, where did 2024 go? I honestly, I don't know where this year went.
It flew by. Oh my God.
Seemed like we were just talking to y'all at the beginning of the year, and here we is at the end of the year. But man, one of the biggest things I would say is, hey man, continue to love on each other, man. Make memories with your family and friends over the holiday season. Love on who love you. If it takes you to a negative sense, let it go. Let it go. I think that's gonna be the message going into the new year, man. Just let it go. Let it go. The time we got on this earth is really short. So man, take care of yourselves, take care of your bodies, man, take care of your family, take care of your kids. Those that want to rock with you, gonna rock with you. They got point blank period. That's the way I see it. People gonna give you all kind of stories as to why they can't do something, why they won't do something, or I can do this, but if you got those butts, man, just keep your butts. Just keep your butts. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Take care, man. Take care of yourselves, because, like I say, this year flew by. We don't know where it went. It just it was here today and gone tomorrow. We're 10 days before December.
And the last month of the year, we got to make it count.
41 days for the new year. Come on, y'all. Come on. Think about it. Think about it. Make it count. And it's okay. It's okay to lose people along the way. It's okay. Because if they rock with you, they're going to rock with you. Like I say, when y'all see this show, y'all looking at, man, that's been my dog for almost 25 strong. So we have those conversations. We have those difficult conversations. We bounce ideas off each other. Like, hey, you think, no, man, you shouldn't do that. Okay. Shit, see what such and such talking about then. You want hey, so you gotta have those type of people in your life. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you dealing with me in my life if you fly by night. And if y'all don't know what fly by night is, that means here today and going tomorrow. I don't even want to deal with you.
Right.
Keep it a buck. You're gonna have to have those difficult conversations. You got to say, no, no, can't do that. But man, we here for y'all. Eat football and eat on next Thursday. Make some memories, laugh. And I'm gonna challenge y'all to do something that I always do this time. Yep, that I'll tell anybody this time of year. Pick up that phone and call somebody that you've been saying you was gonna reach out to, and you haven't reached out to them. You never know what people are going through. Some of the strongest people fighting internal demons. They may not show it, but they fighting it. And they just want to hear, they just maybe need somebody to vent to. So between 9 Thanksgiving, pick up that phone and call somebody. You've been saying, man, I'm gonna reach out to this person, but you just ain't reached out to them. Just, hey man, hey girl, just want to call and check on you, see how you doing, see how your family doing. It'll go a long way. And my second part, because boy, y'all know I keep talking. I done got my second win now. Man, reach out to that person. Don't be sitting alone these holiday seasons. Don't go into those little shells these holiday seasons. If you need something, ask and someone may help you. Don't be
given.
Yeah, don't be so big on yourself and I don't want to be a burden and I don't want to do this. If you need a meal, reach out. Reach out. There's help. I'm gonna leave it at that. But we love y'all. We're gonna rock with y'all every Wednesday. Next Wednesday, Crystal may be traveling, but we still may just come on do a little quick interlude on Wednesday. We gonna, like I say, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cry, we're gonna do everything on this show. We're gonna untruth the truths, and we're gonna have those difficult conversations, and it is what it is. Like I say, this is us in real life. Y'all know me. I'm gonna give it to you real raw and uncut, but I'm gonna laugh as well. I love to laugh, man, because man, life's too short, man. It's a moment to really reflect on where you come from. Really understand. Man, just think back, man. Thankful. And then my cuz out there watching, man, you done been out a whole year now, bro. Keep your head up, keep on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say time flying. But yeah. Love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Same time, same back channel. Kick your shoes off, kick your feet off, take your wigs off, loosen your bra strap, and whatever else you need to do. We'll be right here.
Oh, Lord.